this episode, we continue sailing west from Poole to Portland, Brixham, and Plymouth. As with our departure from Cowes, we left Poole early to catch the last of the tide. Sailing at sunrise, we were greeted with Turner-esque skies. The winds were light as we approached the Isle of Portland and passed more anchored cruise ships. Here's another COVID hotel storage yard. Six cruise ships there. And one over there. We left Portland and headed southeast to get around the Shambles and then south to get around the race. We left early today from Portland. We're taking a course to try and avoid the race off Portland Bill. We're probably in about 3 to 4 feet of seas. We did make it around the race, but not without some damage. The fittings at the top of the solar array had broken free from the roof. It was held on with only these 3 small screws. So instead of spending 2 leisurely days in Brixham enjoying ourselves, we spent 2 days repairing things. Here's one access hole, drilled, and the panels bolted through. We're just working on the second one now. Just got to cut between all those holes and pull that out. Dig out the foam, mix in some epoxy, let it cure, bolt it down, and then put a nice pretty cap on this when we're done. We did get to see a little bit of Brixham though. The inner harbor dries at low tide, leaving the boats on their keels. But it's a pretty little town, and we even found one angel. We left Brixham early, again to catch the last of the high tide. Here's the Devon coast at sunrise. Sun's behind us. Guys at the helm. It's cold.
Yeah, I wish I had another layer.
Me too.
Here's Mark, all dressed up. Not quite cold enough to put on Fally pants, but we're zipped up as tight as we can, wearing our beanies. Mark's not terribly cold, or he'd pull his hood on. I have a hat, a beanie, and 2 hoodies on.
Start Point Lighthouse in Start Point Bay. Yeah, this is pretty much coastal navigation. 8.7 knots boat speed.
Wow. You get video?
Yep. This is the Plymouth Yacht Haven Marina. We actually arrived here a little over 2 days ago. It's nice and sunny today. You can see a sea of yachts that way. They put us all the way out at the end. You can't get any farther away. Some nice wooden boats. There off in the distance is a really go-fast cat. Some more wooden boats. Beautiful view. There's downtown Plymouth. Across the harbor. Mayflower steps. And then we have this view. A lovely concrete barge. And then the industrial section of town, including a boat that we believe is taking on sand and gravel, only because we saw it offloading sand and gravel and cows. Originally, I thought we might stay in Plymouth 3 days before tackling the Bay of Biscay. We studied the weather forecasts and used predict wind to see what might be a good day, and it quickly became apparent there was no way we could leave in 3 days. Predict wind forecast high winds with gusts near 50 knots and over 24-foot seas. It looked like things would get better in about a week, so I asked at the Plymouth Yacht Haven if we could extend our stay, and they said no. So we moved around the corner to the Mayflower Marina, where we are now, waiting for good weather to cross the Bay of Biscay to Spain. The view here is a little bit more peaceful. Here's one thing that makes a catamaran nice. When the weather's bad, you can lock yourself in the saloon, stay nice and dry and warm, but you still have really big windows to look out and see what's going on.